Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading today here at a rather smoky Mad World Tarot. We have fires raging all around, and so I'm a little bit hoarse and a little bit stressed, but we're ploughing on. Apprentice Tarot on the tarot table today. I'm going to do a retrospective on Meghan Markle now. How has her 2025 been? We're not quite finished with it. We're almost mid-November. We've got a way to go still, and some big things could still happen. But I just want to check in and ask, really, is she okay? An awful lot going on this year for Meghan. She launched her Instagram account. She launched as ever. She was on Netflix with Love Meghan. She had her brief moment at Paris Fashion Week. She's had a humanitarian award. She was a founder. She had launched a new podcast. She's been busy. But none of it really seems to have landed very well. And now she's at risk of losing her titles. And she is also having to go back to acting in not a plum role, not the lead. She's 6 on the call sheet again, according to IMDb, which has been updated to reflect her cameo in Close Friends. I think it's a straight-to-video, a so-called straight-to-video movie by Amazon, sort of directed by relative nobody, Nepo babies in lead roles, and so I suppose familiar territory for her with that. Anyway, let's not be too snarky. I need to do this, and then we're off to the races. I'll do exactly the same reading as I've just done for Harry. 5 little columns. I'll talk you through them, and the underlying energy today, yeah, we're good to go, is a signifier for her 2025. How's it gone? And of course, just a tarot. All for fun and entertainment. It is all my opinion, all speculation. Just read energy, and disclaimer in the box below. This year started out so great with such high hopes. How is it now? That's what we want to know, essentially. Oh dear, we've got the 2 of Cups in reverse. Oh tum tum. That's a breakup card. Separation, falling out, end of a marriage, end of a romance, relationship imbalance, tension, compatibility issues, for sure compatibility issues with the 2 of them. Although I think they have one thing that they are connected with, and it's not the kids, in my opinion. I leave you to imagine what that thing could be. I'm sure most of you are well aware of what the thing is that Meghan and Harry enjoy together. So, 2 of Cups in reverse, Splitsville. But not only Splitsville with Harry, it's other things too. Ted Sarandos and Netflix. That didn't end well, did it? She's also been iced by people like Oprah, although Oprah is now promoting her jams. And I wonder if Marcus had to put in a call there to get Oprah to do it. Some strong arming there, perhaps. But she's lost a lot of her connections that were quite valuable to her, and we saw a lot more of earlier on, like that Paramount couple. Where have they gone? So yeah, she's falling out with people, and including her spouse. That's what has happened through the course of this year. 2 of Cups in reverse. So let's have a look at her expectations versus her reality. Expectations when she wrote 2025 in the sand. This was her dream come true. 9 of Cups. She was a pig in you know what at the start of the year. She thought it was all going to go her way. She finally was going to get what she'd wanted. She got her own TV show with Netflix. She had her own brand that she was launching. She was going to be an influencer. She was finally back, well, officially anyway, on social media. On and on and on it went. She had all these things lined up. That was just her living her dream life, her best life, as she likes to tell us. Not just surviving, but thriving. 9 of Cups. How about now? How has it gone for her? The Fool. And an interesting energy, because this is her, this is the cockroach energy that I often pick up for her, that you can smash it with your shoe and walk away, and then it's crawling along the kitchen floor, sort of oozing innards and with fewer legs than it had previously, but it's still alive. And you think, how is this possible? And sorry for that grisly image, and no, I don't smash cockroaches with my shoe. But the Fool energy is, oh well, I'll just pivot. I'll just rebrand. It all failed. I'll just start again, because of course there's always something else she can try. And so it's back to the movie business now. And WME on the phone, Marcus on the phone, Oprah on the phone, anyone on the phone, make it happen. Always something new. Always. It's amazing energy that someone can be that convinced of their own immortality, their resilience, their ability to bounce back and just write off everything that happened in the past, pretend it didn't happen, fresh start, starting with all the attributes, all the opportunities, all the enthusiasm that she started with 20 or 30 years ago when she first decided to become a working actress. Okay, money. How's her financial situation? There's speculation she had to go back to some light acting because she's broke. We got the King of Swords in reverse. The King of Swords is weak underlying concept. It says unethical, harsh, cold hard truth. My sense of this King of Swords is that somebody has sat her down, like her agent, her manager, one of those lawyer types or financial advisor types, or Marcus, or somebody has sat her down. I don't know why I keep saying Marcus in this reading. Somebody has sat her down and said, look here. These are the numbers. You need to take note of the numbers. The numbers aren't adding up. You're spending like a crazy person and there's nothing coming in. That's how it's reading for me. Harsh, harsh truth told to her by someone who knows, someone who's in authority, someone who's expert at what they do, and has sat her down and said, listen, this is what's really going on. How about her business ventures? How successful have they been? Just asking. Seven of Cups, she's deluded about it. Unrealistic energy, fantasies, daydreams, wanting multiple things. And we know that from all the things that she's tried. And we're hearing now makeup range and clothes and fashion. It just goes on and on and on. Homeware and all kinds of stuff. She's trying everything, Seven of Cups, but nothing's sticking. And it's a bit fool-like in its energy of, oh, well, I'll just try a new thing, and a new thing, and a new thing. There's no plan. There's no a reality about it that's intruding. She's living in a fantasy world. She might even believe that she sold out all her stock. It's that level of delusion, that Seven of Cups. There is no grounding, there is no reality, there's no cold hard sense in this energy at all. I guess she got the checkbook or the cards and the pins and off she went to the races. Spend on whatever she felt like, being quite certain that something would make her a billionaire at some point this year, not 10 years time, now. This year. If only it could be so for all of us. Let's look at life on the home front, life on the range. How's it going with Marcus in situ? Mother left, allegedly. Doria moved out. Marcus seems possibly to have moved in. Is he one of the nannies? I don't know. What's going on? Life at Mudslide Mansion. Got the Judgment card in reverse. It's avoiding self-evaluation, an energy that's coming through here. The Judgment card is an awakening energy. It's becoming self-aware. And it's also about being forgiven, repenting, being judged, found wanting, and having to do your bit of repenting and all of that. In reverse, it's not being aware of the reality of the situation. I'm getting that quite strongly, that she hasn't woken up to the reality of her situation. Are they paying their bills? Are they paying the mortgage? How toxic is the energy in that home for herself, for her Marcus, her mother, her children, her husband? What is really going on there? She's not opening her eyes to see what she needs to see. It's also a card of sort of bitterness and resentment, the Judgment card, when it's in reverse. I think she's quite resentful of the fact that her house isn't as good as the other properties around. I mean, they had to rent a house to film in for With Love, Meghan. We hardly ever see Mudslide Mansion. When we do, it's outside and sort of filmed with Vaseline on the lens, so you can't really see the cracks and the plaster and the mold and the dog poop on the lawn and that sort of thing. It's giving me neglect. When you're in judgment energy, you're balancing things. You're adding things up. You're saying, okay, I take responsibility for these things. It's in reverse. She's not taking responsibility for the state of her home, the state of her children, the state of her life. Other people must do it. That's the energy that's coming through very strongly for me. And of course, it is all just my energy reading. Let's move on to the kids, her relationship with the kids. We're seeing more and more of the backs of their heads on Instagram. What's going on there? And we got the Two of Pentacles in reverse. This is my merching card, the Two of Pentacles. This is monetizing something. That's the way I read this card. So in reverse, it's dropping the ball. It's not managing to do what she thought she was going to do. She thought she was going to monetize them and it would all go smoothly on an even keel. She'd be able to twist the has-been's arm and she'd get big deals for them. None of that has happened. And instead of which, it now looks a bit unhinged. It looks a bit crazy. I'm not diagnosing, I'm just expressing an opinion. She's all over the place with them. And trying, but failing to almost like, that's a very harsh word, but I can't think of a better word, offer them. But they're no takers financially, business deals. That's how this Two of Pentacles is working for me, reading for me energetically. This is not a card of, not a relationship card. It's a very materialistic card. But it's that things are out of whack, they're out of alignment, they're out of balance, they're wrong at some level. And I think that we all kind of sense this. We often see Meghan looking very well groomed, wearing very expensive clothes, and then particularly Lily going around in those pink pajamas, barefoot, the scraggly hair, which some people speculate is actually a bit of a weave or something that's in there. Sometimes looks quite clear. We'll put an allegedly there. Waking little girlie up to go early to the pumpkin patch in her PJs and her pull-ups, her night nappy, that kind of thing that people speculate as well. Not good. Not a good look. That's my personal opinion. Let's move on to the marriage. How's the marriage going? Oh my. Wow. Ten of Swords. It's in reverse. Time to engage with something new. She's buried this relationship and she's ready to move on. That's how it reads. It's a card of ruin, the end, no more, betrayed, devastated, dark night of the soul. When it's in reverse, you're okay, I've been through that. I've made my peace with the fact that this has now ended in the worst way possible. And now I'm ready to pick myself up and move on. Picking herself and moving on into acting, into getting back out there. Possibly Marcus is around again. A lot of people think that Marcus is her, how can I say it? I can't really. Her chimp. And, well, he's around. I would say that she's looking. She's looking, as the card says, for something new. It's very harsh energy though. It's shocking for me energetically as a tarot reader. Let's move on to her relationship with the royal family. She doesn't really have a relationship with the royal family. She might have if she'd played her cards differently this year. Star in reverse. It's done. It can never be healed. Lacking hope. It's a card of healing when it's upright, and faith and hope and spiritual. It's also a star is born. She thought she was going to be the star of the royal family. She was going to take charge of them, modernize them, take over, install herself at the head of the institution, as she likes to call it, with Liz and Phil bowing to her. I saw Liz and Phil somewhere today, which I thought can only have come from her poisonous pen, in my opinion. But the star in reverse, that relationship's never going to be healed. She's given up. It's failed. Her star is now on the decline. She's falling into irrelevance. Certainly if her title goes, she becomes just little Miss Meghan Markle again, until she becomes, I don't know, can't think off the top of my head of an available billionaire, Gates, maybe someone like that. I'm being, of course, just being silly, but it's bad. She didn't think it would go like this. Remember, we're doing a retrospective. Where is she now? How has the year been? She didn't think it would go this way. She thought that she had a shout at getting back in on her terms, remotely but still connected and still showing up for the odd waving on the balcony kind of a thing, because she thought that she could exploit Pa. Not so. So how about her relationship with the public perception of her? High Priestess in reverse. People look at her and think she's very manipulative. That's the one energy that's coming through here, that she influences Harry in a negative way, because it's a card for me that can read about things like hypnosis and manipulation from a female energy, sort of whispering in someone's ear. In a negative way, in a toxic way. That's the first thing that's coming through. So I think people see it now who might not have seen it a few years ago. They might have felt sorry for her. They might have believed the awful things that she said on Netflix and in the Oprah Winfrey interview. Don't see it that way anymore. They see it quite differently. Also, the public sees, well, they see her power is waning. The strange hold that she has over Harry. So that's that first energy, really. The second thing is that they see that possibly some truths are starting to leak about her. And they certainly have. We're really hearing how very difficult she is to work for, how unpleasant she is, how demanding, how difficult, dangerous even to work for. Some people have had mental health problems as a result of being bullied, allegedly, by Meghan Markle. And we've heard that from several sources. So they're not fooled by her, they're not charmed by her, they're not kind of hypnotized by her anymore. And they see possibly trouble coming for her in future to do with some secrets coming out. One of the secrets that the High Priestess holds, got the moon there, is a women's business, shall we call it, with the moon, hormones and things like that. Let's move on to regrets. Does she have regrets? We've got the Fool over there at the start of this reading, where she is now. Oh, I'll just rebrand. I'll just pivot. I'll just start all over. Any regrets? The Fool energy is no regrets whatsoever. Really, does she have regrets? No. No, it's very similar energy to the Fool. She honestly and sincerely believes that she can pick herself up after this quite bruising year, which might even entail losing her Duchess title. She can pick herself up and she can reinvent herself with that Ace of Swords. She thinks she is so brilliant, so talented, so desirable, so powerful that she can do this. Brace yourselves for 2026. Quite interesting how different Harry's energy reads there. He knows he's got himself into a spot of bother. He's not prepared to accept responsibility for it. She, on the other hand, doesn't see it, doesn't want to hear about it. No negativity. Don't bring those criticisms and those complaints to me. I don't want to hear it. I'm starting a whole new adventure in 2026. That's your reading. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow.